amazing. Hello, good people. Thank you for joining. Happy Thursday. Thank you, good people, for joining. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Thank you with a lot of love. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Happy Thursday.
Mambo.
Yes sir.
Nauliza. Ile nini ya kupiga kukuta? Ni how much?
6. Hii hapa. Tunasema hii. Ile ya mosquito.
Inaitwa hiyo ya kupiga kukuta ndio weke socket.
Oh, batteries. Batteries.
Sema labda sasa unataka
ya sigo ama ya dabu?
Ya single.
Zote ni batteries.
Inaitwa batteries.
Hizi zina sana. Batteries. Hizo ni X inaitwa batteries, lakini sina. Sinasema kama hii.
kama hii, alafu kuna ndugu yake wa kufunika.
Sasa huyo ndio socket. Basi. So unataka socket
hii plus socket. Sio socket uweze kuweka peke yake. Sina hii.
Unaweza, hauwezi. Sababu hii
inapigilia kukuta. Ndio socket ufunga hapa.
So unataka socket double ama hii single?
Single ngapi?
Single 250.
Na double?
Double ni punch.
Single hizi mbili. So mbili.
Ni sawa.
Sana kuja kuchukua kesho, sawa. Si ziko?
Socket ni mingi.
Sawa.
Socket ni mingi.
Nakuja kuchukua kesho.
Anytime.
Leo siendi huko.
Oh, sawa.
Sawa.
Okay. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. Thank you so much for that like. I appreciate. I thought I was muted. Thank you so much, good people. How are you? How is your Thursday? How is your Thursday? Let me know how you are doing this great Thursday. Let me know how you are doing this great Thursday, and I'm going to appreciate. Thank you so much for joining. So let me know how you are doing this great Thursday. Let me know how you are doing. So guys, today we have our topic of discussion, and the topic is all about the love circle. So it's all about the love circle, and this is what it is. You do something nice. Then other people feel good. Other people feel good, then they do something good. Other people will do something good, then you feel good. So now we have pin the message. Very good, very nice, very nice. So let me know your thoughts about our topic today. It's all about the love circle. It's all about the love circle, and the love circle argues that we are supposed to do something good so that those that are close to us, they feel nice, and then in return, they also do something good unto us so that we can be able, also to feel nice. And so my topic or my question is it possible to apply love circle in our modern society? That's our beginning point today, guys. That's our beginning point today, guys. So let me know if if we are able to feel that kind of a circle in our modern life. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let me have your thoughts about let me have your thought about how we should apply the circle, if it's possible to attain the circle, because a circle is something that keeps on going loud and loud and loud and loud and loud. So let me know if even on your end, you have been able to apply to apply the love circle, and the success rate of the love circle in your life. Let me know your thoughts. Just type your thoughts there, and then I'm going to get it. And then we are going to hear it. So let me know the success rate of our love circle in our modern society. Let me know if you have been able to attain love circle. You have been able to attain the love circle. Let me know if on your end you have been able to attain the love circle and the success rate of that love circle. And the success rate of that love circle. The love circle. Wow. And sometimes we have the defining characteristics of the life of love circle, and some of them are here. This is where one, it focuses on reciprocal positive interactions. This is where both partners or both parties engage actively uh, in loving acts and expressions. Then there is the element of feeling good. You understand, you feel good. eh? This is where you give the other person an attention, as a way of meeting their desires. You offer encouragement and also support, and then you anticipate, anticipate their effort. This is where you take a proactive action, to meet the other party's needs or wants, and what they are willing to make efforts to fulfill those needs. And then we have what we call small acts of kindness. Thank you so much for joining. Today we are having a topic, and our topic is simple. It's all about the love circle. So we are asking a very simple question: is it possible to apply love circle in our modern society? Our society so far has been so hectic, with a lot of, stress, with a lot of issues, with a lot of work. And we are saying, when we are talking about the love circle, it's all about, doing something to others in the context of ensuring that they feel good, and then in the process they also reciprocate as a way of ensuring that you also feel good. So we are asking, so the question is, in this hectic or this busy, kind of a lifestyle, is it possible for us to practice or to project the element of love circle? So this cycle, are we able to, apply it with a lot of effectiveness? So, and if we are able to, to apply it with a lot of effectiveness, let me know the success rate of, attaining the love circle, or the love cycle, sorry. Let me know the success rate of attaining the goals of the life cycle. And I was trying to, to figure out some of the key elements that must be projected when we talk about the issue about the love cycle. And it's saying that all the parties must also show small acts of kindness. This is where, you can help. We can help with that task. Or you can even send a thoughtful message. Uh, you know, uh, to those just allowed you. Are you able to show some small kind of acts of kindness? We know so much nowadays. We are so much, focused into the social media to an extent that we even forget that, behind us, that there are people whom we care and whom we cherish and whom we probably love. So, which is the success rate of us setting or showing some small acts of kindness? And then we are also told to use, this kind of kind language. This is where we use gentle tone of voice. This is where we are also able to offer compliment, and this is where we are also supposed to express our appreciation. And when you talk about the gentle tone of voice, I think this is one of the hardest thing. Now I'm talking from my personal point of view, uh, that I have always seen with people. and you might be talking to someone, but for instance, let's say that they are so much focused, maybe something they are seeing on the social media. For TikTok lovers, you keep on scrolling, and for Facebook lovers, we have this section that we call leads. This is where we have some short captivating videos. So we keep on scrolling, and most of the time, even when you are trying to talk with someone, most of them tend to be so much focused on what they are seeing from those videos, to an extent that probably you just feel like they are probably ignoring you. And I have been a victim. I have been a victim of such such type of an ignorance, because I'm also a higher consumer of the TikTok videos. So most of the time when I scroll and someone is talking to me, most of them probably tend to think that I'm ignoring them. But it's not about me, it's all about what I'm seeing from the videos. So for the for me showing kind of small acts of compliment, I think for my success rate, I'm a little bit more. I'm out. And then using kind language. On my part, I have always focused on more being positive to people, complimenting when I can, and at times not trying to discourage people, because I have realized the modern society that we are living in. A lot of people are always trying to use this kind of a negative language. You might put your effort in something, and then at the end of the day, someone just tells you that even if you have put all that kind of an effort, to whatever you are doing, the effort might probably go into the waste. And I feel, that one is one of the key way that motivates the other partner. So it's always good to offer compliments, and let's always focus on offering positive compliments. We have a society that is highly angered. Our society, I don't know what is happening. Our society is so highly angered to an extent that we want to always talk about negative issues, always positive, always comment on issues, even if maybe probably we are supposed to put some positive comments. We just find ourselves putting the negative ones, an issue that does not project on using what I would term to be positive language. And this is one of the key issues that I have seen in our generations, uh, especially in my country, especially here in Kenya. And I recall there is a time that our president stood and said that even if maybe probably does something positive, at the end of the day, Kenyans must not, at the end of the day, Kenyans are not so much focused, on congratulating what has been done, but rather focused on criticizing what has been done. So, when we reach at that point, there is a kind of a breaking the love circle. And then expressing appreciation, very rare, very rare. No, I'm a victim of this. So many times I have tried to help people in one way or another, but people are so unappreciative. I don't know what is not happening in our people. You bail someone from a certain issue. You bail them out from a certain issue, but at the end of the day, they are always seeing that your effort was not so important, unlike when they wanted that issue to be resolved. So this is one of the key things that I have seen with people. And in life, I have always focused on one thing, to help, but not rather to wait for something in return. Because people are so, I don't know how people operate, but many people nowadays, even expressing their gratitude that you have done something unto them, it's becoming really it's becoming very hard issue. Most of them don't want to appreciate what you have done. An issue that I don't, I retreat well with. So we are told if we want to keep the cycle going, we must also keep on expressing our appreciation. Anytime anything is done unto us, anything positive, no matter how small it is, we are always reminded that for us to keep the cycle going, the love cycle going on, we must keep on expressing and appreciating anyone that have done anything positive unto us, no matter how small it is. It's not all about, I always say, it's not all about financial support, but there are people who are good in offering spiritual matters. They just offer you with a lot of spiritual wellness, a lot of spiritual awareness, and at the end of the day, we tend not to appreciate them. So we need to appreciate them, and we need to keep on telling them that when they have taught us morals, for instance, when they have taught us about morals, it's our role and obligation to keep the love circle going on by appreciating what they have done unto us. And then we are also having a lot of people who are always vibing us with a lot of positivity when it comes to the mental issues, to the psychological point of view. Each and every time we are living in a modernized world that is full of issues. We are having a lot of issues. We are having a lot of issues each and every day that we are facing, and all these issues, they amount for us to feel acts of anger, for us to experience a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. I know you understand all these things, but at the end of the day, we need to keep on appreciating them. We need to keep on appreciating them because of the positive role that they have played in our lives. And then we are told if we want to keep the love cycle, going on, I keep on saying love and life. What are they called? I think you can switch one to another, so they are more of complementary words. But we are told if we want to keep on the love cycle, the life cycle going on, we also have the need for us to create quality time. And we are told this is where we make time for each other. This is where we engage in shared activities. and this is where we have meaningful conversations. And anytime I come for live, any day, anytime I come for live, I have always the light, a message from the people that I have interacted. And therefore, I always, in terms of the love cycle, I can say in terms of gaining some meaningful conversations, I have always gained from the audience that I have always met and interacted with using this space. And then we engage in shared activities. This is more for couples or for those that are in family. And we know we are all, we are all coming from a certain family, or we even have families. And for us to keep the love cycle, continuing, we must share in some of the common shared activities. I remember when I was young, we used to share a lot of common activities in our family. This is where I recall my mom. She used to each and every Friday. Was it each and every? I think each and every Thursday. She used to call us. She used to gather us at one table, and she would say, "Today you are going to lead us in a prayer. Today you are going to give us, a one or two words." For my background, I'm a Christian, so that we used to share each and every Thursday. We used to share a lot about the Christianity part of our life. So our mom used to love it so much. Opio, hi too. How are you doing today? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. How are you doing? Long time. How are your videos going on? How are your videos going on? And so we used to share this kind of a shared activity. We would sit, we would listen, you would say something, and the entire process used to be so nice. So we are told, if we want to keep on the love cycle, going on in our modern society, so we must share meaningful, activities, and we must also create time. For creating time, let me say, I do this especially when I hear maybe someone is maybe sick. For instance, I have a cousin who is in the hospital, and each and every time I'm always thinking about her. Oh, how is she doing? How was the treatment today? Such, having that kind of, mentality about how to handle issues, especially when it comes to the family matters. So that one is also very, very important. And we are also reminded that we also support. We are also supposed to, to offer encouragement. This is especially during the difficult times, and we should also celebrate successes. So very few times that our modern society, we are living, at times we are maybe living with people that probably do not see the need for us, the need for us to celebrate our small wins. But this is a very fundamental point of need. So we need to keep on, embracing each and every win that we might experience in life, because this is very, very, very important. This is very, very important. And we should also offer encouragement. We should also offer encouragement. So we should also offer encouragement. We should also offer encouragement for us to keep the love cycle going on. For us to keep the life cycle going on. So let me know your thoughts about how you have kept, your life cycle, your love circle. Let me know how you have kept your life cycle, your love circle, and how you have been able to solve some of these issues. It's all about doing something positive to the other people, and then the other people should reiterate by doing the same. And at the end of the day, all the prayers, all the stakeholders of all the prayers involved should come to an equilibrium where all of them, they should feel that the cycle has really worked for them. So that's what we should do. That's what we should do when it comes to the issue of let me know who has joined, and let me know your thoughts about about the love circle. Let me know the approach that you have probably taken to keep your love circle going on. So let me know the areas that you have probably failed and the areas that you have probably won when it comes to the issue of love circle. And let me know how you view love circle. Let me know how you view love circle, especially amazing. Let me know how you view the love circle and its entirety. So you call it. So let me know how you view the love circle. Let me know if you project love to others, and if you project love to others, and if you feel the same kind of love coming all the way from them. Let me know how you view about the issue of love cycle. cycle, life, love cycle. Family of Pio, I don't know if you are still here. So this one is a freshman.
Mwangi, ripoti ulifikisha, comment yako iko aje?
Sijapewa comment.
Ndio uliza comment niweke bidii nyingine.
Ni sawa, ni sawa. Lazima nipatiane feedback kesho. Feedback lazima nilete kesho.
Ndio kama ni churu nitarodia. Ama nitoe.
Ndio hiyo. Ni sawa. Okay. Kabisa. Thank you guys for joining. Module. Thank you. Let me know your thoughts about the life cycle. Let me know your view about the love cycle. The love cycle. What do you say about the love cycle? Sharon, Karen, how are you today? How are you doing today, Karen? How are you doing today, Karen? I'm also fine. I'm also doing good. I'm also doing fine. I'm also doing fine. How was your day, Karen? That's amazing if you're good. I'm also fine. That's amazing if you're good. I'm also fine. But I didn't get that guy. I was still, oh, that's so heartbreaking. That's so heartbreaking, Karen. That's so heartbreaking. Oh, that's so bad. What is not happening? What is not happening? Oh, no one responded to the call. No one responded to the call. Yeah, too bad. There is no one to ask. That's so sad and too bad. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, finally did. Oh, Mteja. Oh. But there is a time you had told me that the phone went through. The phone went through, but no one picked. Kware County. Kware, Mombasa County, or Kwale, which county? Oh, Mombasa Quarry. Oh, that's so sad and so weird. That's so weird. Yeah, we are very, very weird. And now the worst part of it, you don't know, any family member who can reach out to that guy. Let's keep on believing that let's keep on believing that he is doing okay, because at the end of the day, I was thinking of searching him on Facebook. The problem with Facebook, okay, you can try, but the problem with Facebook, okay, unless he has put up his profile picture, then it will be a little bit more hard to get connected with him, because Facebook, most of the people nowadays, like my Facebook account, I have logged on my profile, so probably you can see me, but you can't get on my page. Yeah, and then a lot of noise, a lot of background noise, but sorry for that. But and also when you talk about Facebook, okay, and when you talk about Facebook, most people, it tends to connect you with all the names that you have suggested, and the probability of getting the person that you are looking for via that platform might be a little bit more tricky. That's one disadvantage of Facebook. But now the weirdest thing is that you hid his number, because I remember that day when we tried to look on his profile via the YouTube, we could get his number, and if the number is not going through and he has not been active on YouTube, then probably the chances of him being online or being or using Facebook account might also be very minimal. Yeah, the chances might also be very, very minimal. But I'm very hopeful that wherever he is safe, because safety is very, very important. And I'm praying, we are living in a nation where the safety of our citizens have become a very critical issue. Yeah, the safety of our citizens have become a very, very critical issue. So we should pray hard that wherever he is, if he was ghosting me, angekuwa na post on YouTube. I agree. But for quite some time, if he haven't posted anything on YouTube, then I would say that he has not been online. Yeah, he has not been online, because there is no way each and every day I'm expecting Karen to come live, and then like she goes like mute for more than 1 week or for more than 4 days. At least if she posts a shot, I would understand that maybe probably there is no electricity where she is or something of stuff. But 4 days, 5 days in a row, and someone is not coming live, or something, or someone is not posting anything on their page. Now that one, leaves us worried a little bit about the welfare. Oh, a week it's a lot of time. A week it's a lot of time, especially on YouTube, especially for people who are used to post, each and every day. A week it's a lot of time. A week it's a lot of time. And it's also weird that the phone number that you had called is now offline. You see, now that's another critical issue. Yeah. And now this makes us, leaves us with a very, very critical issue, uh, about our safety, because I think ama baby mama amemfanyia nini. Oh, baby mamas. I think baby mamas are good people, especially when you are with good terms with them. Yeah, all baby mamas require, is just you listen to them. Okay, I don't have one, so, but I have seen from others. They just say you listen to them, and you make sure if it's a kid, make sure that the kid can go to school. If you pay rent, make sure that you are able to pay the rent on time. Though I agree, we have some dramatic baby mamas. Maybe as Karen you're suggesting, maybe he has been held into communicando. There are some baby mamas who can hold you into communicando. So probably they give you what I would say, they isolate you from your daily or your day-to-day activity. Oh, they were in bad terms with the baby mama. Oh, now that's so worrying. Oh, if they were not in good terms, now that one might be a little bit more tricky. And that is the exact topic that I attached, on today's profile, and said that we need to aim to achieve what we are calling the love cycle, the love cycle, because if you are able to apply the love cycle, we are able to do good unto others, and probably they should also on return they should also do good unto us. So now if they were in bad terms with the baby mama, this is a clear demonstration that the love circle had been broken at some point. So this is so weird, but let's pray that the guy is safe, because if they were not in good terms, yeah, there are some guys, there are some people who are just caught up in the love triangle, and in the process, if you are caught up in a love triangle, then that's become a very little issue, a very complex issue. But I don't think so, because so far we haven't heard of news, saying that this guy was caught up in a love circle, and then at the end of the day, that thing was done unto him. Because mostly when you are caught up in the love triangle, most of those guys that are caught up in that, the penalty is death. I don't know why people always resort to, to uh, resorting to killing others because of love triangle. I think there is need to appreciate that, if love is not working on this head, I can look for it on the other end, and life keeps on moving on. So it's a little bit more tricky to comment on that, but I don't know, but me, I'm hoping that probably he has gone for a leave. At some point you can feel you're so tired with what you're doing, and maybe you come, maybe he is from Kware County, so he just decide to go interior and just relax for some 2 weeks. There are some people who do such. Also, sometimes when I'm so tired, because the last midnight he was live, he said tupatane kesho, meaning he was not traveling. No, that one is tricky. What if something just came up and probably he had to travel the other day? Oh, he is not from Kware. He is from Eastern. Oh, now that one is a little bit tricky. That one is a little bit more tricky because at the end of the day, wow, that one is a little bit more tricky. Yeah, and if he has been telling you, then it might have been a little bit more tricky. Oh my God. Safety is becoming a very critical issue in our society. And how, Kalen, did you know that he was in Kwale? How did you know that he was in Kwale? Or maybe you tracked his phone and you saw that he was in Kwale or something of such? Wow, the entire issue is so complex. The entire issue is, I tracked his phone. Oh, yeah, that one now is a little bit tricky. Or was he abducted? We might be talking about this issue and probably he was abducted. Because we are living in a nation whereby each and every day abductions they are real. They are real. So if you tracked his phone and you saw he was in Kwale, now that one was a little bit more. I was thinking that he was abducted because he was talking about politics. Was he criticizing someone who is in politics? Was he criticizing someone who was in politics? Was he criticizing someone who was in politics? I didn't understand the story because I don't like politics. Oh, okay. Because I believe, when you are at a point of being abducted, this is where you are having extreme, you are being an extremist when it comes to the issue of being a critic. So you are criticizing, you are targeting on subject text, and if you are targeting on subject text, you talk about what he or she is doing, how he or she has failed, and you try to unearth some scandals. When you are such an extremist, I can agree you can be abducted. But if you are not such an extremist, then I don't think abductions can be done. Yeah. So when you talk about the issues of abductions, maybe probably if he was an extremist, then the chances of being abducted are very high. But if he was not an extremist, then so it's sad you meet people for a short time and then suddenly they are no more there. True. What if uh, what if maybe, so you have the name of his channel account. So you know the name of the channel account. What if probably we can raise an alarm that he has been missing? Yeah. What if we can raise an alarm that he has been missing? Because through raising an alarm, probably can get us to understand that you know yeah. Now that's the issue. Now that is the issue, because if someone is now hiding, now locating them, it becomes a little bit more, you know it's like we'll be exposing that we are looking for a guy who has went to a hiding, or to a hideout, and then at the end of the day, now uh, we bring more problems. Yeah, probably you might say that, because probably you see him just being live, and then probably maybe that's the end of it. For instance, supposing that I come live each and every day in my house, so you'll never know what I do. Now that's the tragedy. And I'm sure he used to come most of his lives, maybe probably from the comfort of his house. So now that might leave us with a very, 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 very uh, shallow information about his whereabouts, because probably Ehe. It's not like I know everything he does in life, and then it's really hard to know someone when you just meet, you meet them online. Very true. Very true. People try to be engaged in different activities, so you know, and yeah, that make the entire issue or the entire process to be very, very so. Kesho Yeah, someone might eh, someone might just be coming, coming from home, and what they tell you, all know what they tell you. Very true. Others engage in very maybe some kind of weird activities. But you see, when we meet online, I just want to be this kind of a perfect guy. I want to tell you that I do this, I'm that, I'm that. But there is real life behind what I say. Yeah, there is real life behind what I say. So that one now makes the entire process to be a little bit more complex. Yeah, that make the entire process to be a little bit more complex. And especially when someone just comes live, or you just meet them online from the comfort of their homes. So you never know, you only know what they tell you. Yeah, very true. You only know what they tell you. So now that one makes the entire process to be a little bit more complex. Yeah, so I have seen now your point that probably we cannot we cannot just go online and say that this guy is missing. He might be hiding somewhere, or he might be something of stuff, because people have a lot of issues. So probably we might be exposing him, and this might cause maybe a lot of backlash, and maybe probably we might be unearthing what he didn't wanted to not to be told. So at times we just have to just keep it to yourself. But I always say, just like Karen, you are saying that it's always so painful, especially maybe I'm used to seeing Karen each and every day, then all of a sudden she just disappears. That one now is not a good move. That one keeps us, it keeps one imbalanced in terms of their emotions, because we really need to understand, and we really need to keep on seeing each other each and every day. So I really understand the actual meaning of just missing in an action. You just miss, and you just miss, and that is it. However, wherever he is, let's keep the faith on. Let's be positive. We may never yeah, let's be positive. We may never know. Yeah, we may never know, but things might turn out to be positive. Yeah. Not so many people. Nĩndigĩtie kĩrũta ndagĩka 20. Mm. Bado. So watu hawapendi wanawake, wanakuwa na mambo. Yeah. There are some people who are so, who demean a lot of women. Yeah. Karen, do you know a guy who really demean women, and what? Do you know of a guy who really demean women? because they are there. There are guys who really want to domain women. So let me know if you have such kind of an experience. But I agree there are some people who really tend to have no feelings for women. Yeah, there is always something wrong with them. I agree, I approve that. And we also have another category of people who really dislike children. The other category who really dislike children. I don't know how they cope in life. They really dislike children. So yeah, we also have some category of people who really dislike children. Others even have their own kids. Yeah, others even have their own kids. But the way they mistreat them is just out of this world. Yeah, we also have those guys who have kids, but they really hate those kids. I don't know how they cope in life. The entire situation is so complex, very complex. Yeah, I said so, but we have some guys who really mistreat their kids. You know, uh, let me rephrase that. We have these kind of parents, even though maybe they have faced maybe a kind of a divorce with their husband. The woman is there because the woman understands the emotional attachment with that kid. I always say this. Uh, the first person who should understand, yeah, the first person who understands the emotional attachment of any kid is the mother, because it is the mother who carried that child for 9 good months. Okay, for you now to be a reasonable being or to be a reasonable mother, so you cannot mistreat your own child. But we have these kind of mothers who tend to be hooligans. I don't know if you have never seen them. They are there. And maybe the mom was so attached with that kid, and probably, in the process of of rearing that kid. Probably maybe they separated with the husband, and all of a sudden the mom, instead of having that positive emotion connectedness that she is supposed to have with that child, then it start kind of backfiring, and then instead of seeing that child as hers, then the mom starts mistreating them. And a very good example that I always see is a part of mistreating a child despite being your own child is you see most of these single mothers. Let me tell you of a story. We have most of these single mothers who probably shift from the rural area to the urban area. Maybe she has gotten a job, or maybe she has just come to the urban area to look for green pastures. And in the process, do you know what happens? uh, the single mother comes into the city, and he meets this kind of of a guy. Let me say, what can I put it? Okay, let's say that he meets this kind of a guy whom she thinks that they can do life with him. Yeah, I agree. For that one, I agree. And in the process, she meets the single mom, she meets this kind of a guy, and probably they start arranging for a wedding, and blah blah blah. And in the process, the girl just proclaims that she has been single throughout her life, she has no child. I have seen these cases are there. And in the process, they disown the child that they had left in the village. Most of them single moms, they are not so open about saying that I have a child back in the village. And because probably they are fearing that once they say that, this kind of a guy that they have met in the city might not accept to take care of that child. And in the process, the mom is kind of disowning that child who is back, in the village. And in that process, the child is disowned. And I have heard of cases whereby the women, maybe, yeah, most ladies come to the city, get the guy of their dream, then they resort into settling. And after settling, the child who was left back in the village, is just left with the grandmother. So you are going to find that this child grow, and then he becomes an old person, without the motherly love. And then when Karen, as you are saying, when they become successful, now the mother is going back to look for that child, that was brought up by the grandma. Now that's the tragedy of life. The tragedy of life. So for reasonable, I always say for being a reasonable parent, it's always good to be open, because similarly we are having a lot of guys, who are having childrens everywhere. Those guys are there. They are having childrens everywhere. In Githurai they have a kid, in Nakuru they have a kid, in Masai Mara they have a kid, in Nairobi they have a kid, and probably they settle in Kisumu. So this wife they settle with in Kisumu or wherever, or in coastal region. The man always says that he has no other kids, and in the process it becomes shocking when the man dies. uh, more than 10 kids just gather in the village to say that this was my father. That kind of disownment it's a kind of a betrayal. Let me say it's a kind of a betrayal, because at the end of the day, someone is having so many kids all over. but they are not bringing up those kids, and in the process the kids suffer with their mothers, and in the process I just better stay with my child and leave her free than complicating my life. Yeah, I agree, Colin. But most of the ladies that we are having nowadays, they are not open when it comes to the issue of relationship. Because you get a girl, maybe she is from the village, she has a kid, but instead of telling you that she has a kid, she just tells you that, I'm a church girl, you are my first man, I have no other relationship. This is my first relationship, but I want, they complicate issues so much, to an extent that when those kids are of age, then it becomes so hard for them to bond again with those kids. So it's always good to be true. If you have a kid, and probably if the dad rejected the kid, and probably God can give you a sweeter, or can give you a husband, or can do anything. So just be open, just tell me, I have a kid, he is a XYZ, then he take it or leave it. Yes. Ai, hiyo maneno ni gumu. So that's what they should do. People should, and how do women just accept them? And how do we let me give you a little bit belief history about our culture. We as Kikuyu, we always say that, even if I get another girl who has even if I get a girl who has a child, the baby is not, we always have a proverb that says that, there is no stone that has been, that suppresses that child for that child not to grow. And therefore, in simple, we always say that even if you get a child, and even if you get a wife, and maybe she has a child, the best strategy, and you have loved that wife or that girl, just take her, accept her the way accept her the way you have just loved her, because you cannot love the mother and you don't love the child. That's our proverb. So we always say, if you purchase a cow and it has a calf, then from there you must be able, you must accept to buy a cow and its calf, because uh, the cow is having, you want to buy a cow that has a calf. uh, where do you think the calf will get the milk from? So you must be able to buy the cow and its calf. Otherwise, if you are buying the cow without the calf, and the calf is there, then the calf probably will suffocate and die. So it's not all it's not all about just accepting, just trying to understand how a man would accept a woman with a child. There are various circumstances that can lead one maybe to separate with the husband. Maybe the husband had an accident and the husband died, and we have met, and I have seen that this one is a reasonable woman. I haven't remembered a Kikuyu. I have remembered a Kikuyu who told me I should get fat. How? Okay, now that one now is a little bit tricky, because when you talk about being fat, being slim, it's all about the emotion. It's all about some of the people are not getting fat because of the emotions that they are experiencing each and every day. Maybe they are not comfortable with how life is taking them. That's the issue. But getting fat or getting thin, It's not all about love. That one is fake love, because at the end of the day, love, we always say love is something that is hidden and something. And he approached me while I'm slim. Yeah. So that one was a red flag, and that one was not a genuine love. That one was not a genuine love. Yeah, because I think he wanted a curvy kind of a girl. But you see, what if today I marry you as a curvy girl, and tomorrow probably you are sick and all your curves are gone? Does it mean that I'll go back to the market and shop for another curvy girl? So it's all about accepting someone the way he or she is. Some of us, we started from a very broke point of view. Even buying bundles was still an issue. Even buying bundles was still an issue. But through God's grace, we accepted the way we are. And maybe probably today things are a little bit better than what they used to be. So if you hear a guy telling you that you are not fat, you are slim, you are not learned, you are those ones, I don't take them serious. And the next thing he tells me, I should delete all the contact I have, that I'm supposed to talk to him only. Now that one is an act of insecurity, because there is no way. One thing that most of us, the young generation, that we are not appreciating is that we are all social beings. And before I met you, Carlin, probably let me say, Carlin, I'm marrying you today. I should accept that before I met you, there are some other guys that you used to talk to. Also before you met me, I also had other relationships. I also had some other friends, and therefore there is no way I'm just going to shave off my friends because I have you. Because I can never live in an isolated love or life in the name of love. It's all about accepting that if you are sure you are going to start a new chapter, it's always good to have that time, always understanding the friends that he or she have. And from there, after understanding of the friends that he or she have, then from there now you can take things to the next level, because at some point we need these friends. So there is no way I can trick my friends because I'm married. What if tomorrow my marriage will not work? Then where shall I start? Because I have heard of that thing. Yeah, you are supposed to do that, because he was not genuine. Because as a social being, we have an obligation to keep interacting with each and everyone that we get. That's the thing. So, and if he was genuine, he could have focused on creating a serious relationship between him and Karen, but not like telling Karen, oh, you need to share off all your friends. Yeah, tomorrow you are going to be in trouble by the same friends that you shaved off. Hata nikimwona nampita. Yeah, you should do so because I don't think he was serious. Being serious in life, it's all about setting the priorities right. Setting the priorities right. And that's the reason why I have no time checking on my wife's phone, whom she chatted with, whom she called, because that one does not add. Instead of stabilizing your mind, it keeps on stabilizing your mind. So as long as you are genuine, then your partner should be genuine. But if you are not genuine, then it becomes a little bit issue, that you want to benefit maybe in a relationship, but you don't want your partner to be part of it, to be part of that benefit. So I would call that one to be a form of selfish relationship. Yeah, that one is a kind of a selfish relationship, because there is no way I can all of a sudden, clear my contact, because I'm in love. What if that love will not work tomorrow? Where will I go? What will I do? So it's always wise. You did that was the right decision that you could have done. Ghosting him and forgetting about him. That was, yeah, that was good. That was good. So for those people who always say, "Oh, I want a fat girl. I want a slim girl. I want to, I want a rich." And the first day we met, he checked my phone. Oh, that one is not even an obsession. That one is, you know, those are the kind of guys who control. Mambo? Yes.
Unaweza kuwa na punch mbili uniokole.
Those are kind of guys who want to control every aspect of your relationship. Every move that you make, they are there to check on what you did today. I had a friend. I had a girlfriend. Let me say a girlfriend, whose husband was like what Karen you experienced, because I'm saying that that guy was a red flag. The same thing happened to that lady. In fact, it was an issue that was in the news in 2020. So this guy was an MCA, and he married this lady. I know this lady very well, and you know the girl, the man was so obsessed with the girl that today we are talking about iPhone iMax. So the guy could go and shop iPhone iMax and bring it to the lady. And he reached to a point whereby, unfortunately, the girl had no parents. The mother, she was a girl from the single mother, and from the mother had already died, so the girl had been brought up by the granny. Okay, so the grandma was the one who had brought up this girl, and so in the process, he meets with this man, and I don't know how the coincidence was. They were from the same village, and then in the process they dated. Now the guy knows the girl's background, the grandma, the uncles and stuff like that, and the guy started becoming controlling, and in the process of being controlling, it reached to a point where now this guy was started cheating. So the guy I'm telling you, he was an MCA. He was an MCA, and the guy started cheating, going with other women out, stuff like that. And so this lady could come and tell us, my husband is harassing me, like now I have this kind of a disease, gonorrhea, because he is going out of the way in our marriage, something of such. And therefore it reached to a point, this man, he doesn't want to lose this girl. So anytime this girl maybe would go, he had bought this girl a vehicle, Fielder. He had bought the girl a Fielder, and the man was an MCA, so he would always give this kind of scapegoat, we call it scapegoat reasons, that there are some people who always want to make your life miserable. I think that what that guy wanted. So now this girl asked me, she came by the way direct to me and asked me, now what should I do? And I told the girl, since this man is obsessed with you, and they had one kid, a very, a very smart boy. Now she asked me, so what should I do? I told her that I think the easiest thing, because now this man is, you have already understood that the man is going out of the way when it comes to the marital issues, and the man has started violating your right in terms of beating you. So the girl could be beaten, and she could go back to the village. She could go back to the village, and where she was going back to the village, this man was so obsessed with the girl that, like, she had, in quotes, bought the show, because I think I can remember in 2019, we went for a dowry, and she gave the show 1.5 m. Okay, then from there, she bought the uncle a vehicle so that the uncle could do an Uber. Okay, and then she furnished the house. The shosho's house was more muddy, so initially it was muddy. Then he just came and he built another house, and that was it. So anytime this girl could go back to the village and tell the granny about what she was facing, the granny could only say, leave, don't leave your marriage. Those are some of the things that happens in the marriage and stuff like that. And the girl, she was just born, just a single girl by the mom, and the mom, unfortunately, she had passed. And the uncle was also, this man had also bought an, yeah, the word was Umiria. So, and the uncle had also been gifted an Uber vehicle. So no one was there to support her. And then, like, today, she could come, and maybe probably she goes to the Safaricom house, she buys a phone, and maybe the husband knows this line 07 blah blah blah. She discards that line, and then after discarding that line, she buys another new line. And I'm telling you, within 2 days, the husband really had, I think there is a guy whom he used to work with, in terms of intelligence from the Safaricom. He could really have even the new line that the girl had bought like today. And so now she comes and she asked me, because I remember that day, she came, and you see the braids, you ladies do the braids. There is a time that she was beaten, and the man had really uprooted the braid. So I could see the scar, I could see the scar on her head. And the worst thing was, the guy was an MCA. So anytime she could violate the right of this lady, the lady could not go to, very hard, it was very tough. So the lady could not go to any kind of a police station to report. He is dealing with the government, the MCA. And let me tell you, Karen, things happened. So the lady comes, she asked me what to do. I told him, if you want to be safe, the easiest thing to do, you just take your child, because the lady used to be like the housewife, but this man had gifted the lady like about 2 million. We could see the account. She could show me the account. It had like 2 m. And so I told this lady, the only way you can be safe, you just discard the line. Don't even have a phone. Go to the farthest end of this nation, this country. So you have 2 million years, just go and start a new life there. Oh my God, the lady never listened. So the lady, I don't know, sometimes I don't know, ladies are a little bit, hesitant to understand, maybe probably something that you are advising her. So the lady got away with the line, never bought the phone, but instead of going far, she just went, in a nearby neighborhood, and she left the home. Now the husband had bought. I think yeah, ungedanganya akupe hiyo pesa. Oh, the husband really, he was a well-connected guy. He could even look at the transfer. He could even go to the bank and look at bank transfer. This amount was withdrawn from my wife's account. He could control everything. Let me just say that. So the lady just went to a nearby neighborhood and she rented a house. And the husband, I don't know how he surveilled her. So the husband comes, tells the lady that I really want to talk with you, and yeah, to the new house that the lady had rented, very far away from where the husband had, where they had their matrimonial home. So the lady now, she is told, I would really want to see. Okay, probably we never worked on that math because initially I was really focused on how the lady would have been safe. So I really never wanted about the cash or anything. I'm telling you, she even had a very new vehicle. Filled a new model. Those time, it is, yeah, you can understand. So it was not all about the money. It was all about her life. Now the guy comes. She tells the lady, you know what? I really want to take my child. And before I take the child, I really want us to go out. So the lady now, because she was all alone, she accepted. She boarded the husband vehicle, and yeah. I agree. I lost an opportunity, but now the opportunity turned to be worse because this lady, after she boarded the husband's vehicle, the husband moved away all the way from Kenyatta Road, and then she goes past Kikuyu, and she went and she took the lady to a forest. And in this vehicle, you know, the husband like had another three guys. So they blindfolded the wife and they took her to the middle of the forest. And you know what happened? They dosed the lady, with a full jerrycan of acid. HCl, concentrated it was sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid. The lady was dosed. I had, it was such a terrible situation. The lady was dosed with, you know, uh, with one mutungi, 20 liters. Yeah, yeah. So the husband dosed the lady with concentrated sulfuric acid, and unfortunately, the lady now became conscious, unconscious, and in the process, God just helped her. She became a little bit conscious, and in the middle of just making some noise, the husband just dosed her with the acid, thought that the lady was dead. Then they get back in their car and got back to their business in Nairobi. So they left the lady at the middle of the forest. And God works in a very mysterious way. There were some guys who are coming, just from a fellowship, in a nearby home, and they just heard like a noise that was coming from the forest. So this pastor was a little bit curious to understanding where the noise was coming from. So the husband now, the pastor, uh, being curious, they went to the forest and they saw this lady. The lady, as per the pastor, was naked. So, the pastor had some women. So they took the lady, and then, with the sugars and whatever. And in the process, they asked for the help, and the lady, that's how she went to the hospital. And then after, yeah, she had, the body like 95% had already been, scaled. The meat had already been like scaled off by the acid. And then they took the lady to the hospital, and finally the lady landed in Kenyatta. So the lady, in the process, confessed of what had happened, and unfortunately, day 3 we had lost the lady. So it was about, now we came and understood the thread of how the things were going, and now that's where now we started. No, now we started a public outcry. Oh, you know what, this one, this. Unfortunately, last year, the MCA was ejected from the position, and then from there he started the case. He tried to what can I say? He tried to mess up with the judiciary. Unfortunately, things never worked out. So yeah, there he goes, and he was sentenced life. So I'm telling you, there are some guys who can be so obsessed with you to an extent that they can't take your life because of your obsession with them. So that's what happened. I always say you should never fear marriage, especially if marriage is going to stand on God's ground. And it's all about you. It's all about you, because marriage is there, and marriage will always be there. But we have a fraction who are in the marriage, and things work perfectly. So, but if I always say, if you start seeing some signs, at an early stage, it's always good to be safe, and you get out of that shit and you do something else. Yeah. But for marriage, me, I'm always for marriage, because I love bringing up some kids that would understand that this was my dad, he did XYZ, and today I'm here courtesy of him. you know but there are some others who are maybe jokers in the marriage, and they think that if they have the finances, if they have the funds, then now they can control everything. So the guy now killed the lady, and it was so painful. I can remember during the burial, we cried a lot. And I could always regret why the lady never took the precaution that I had really, given unto her. So the guy, as we talk, he was prisoned for life. He was prisoned for life, and we always pray that one day, one time, he'll never get out of that jail, because what she did to that lady, dosing her with concentrated sulfuric acid, wow, it was out of this world. So that is it. It was so sad. It was so sad. So, Karen, you should never fear to be in marriage. You know, uh, yeah, you should never fear to be in marriage. Things can work. Things can work, and you never know. Things can work. Things can work, and maybe they can change everything. So it's always good to be positive. Positivity is the key. Positivity is the key. Me, I fear since my small body, fear being beaten or mistreated. That's the reason why I'm telling you. Uh, I understand. This kind of we call them domestic violence. They are always, if you see some red flag of sort, then you should know that yeah, your marriage is at the realm of collapsing. But if maybe you are positive, maybe you are cool, I don't think you know I don't think you don't have a chance to get someone who is nice. It's always good to be positive. It's always good to be, because we have good men out here. We have good men out here, but maybe their women are poisonous. And we always also, we on the other hand, we have good ladies out here, but their marriages are lucky because of their men. So I always advocate for positivity. you know When I'm your husband and maybe you are seeing that things are not moving in the right direction, correct me, because I'm human, and I want to be corrected so that things can move on well. So that's how I take marriage, and I don't take it to be a single, a single institution that I should control everything. No, I always also focus on giving my partner, her about time to think about her future, to think about her things, and that is life, and that is life. So if you fear so much, probably you never get into marriage. So you need to be, even the Bible says, don't fear, because those ones that fear, I think it is in the book of Psalms. If you fear, uh, you'll also not get into the real kingdom. So fear not. Yeah, that's what the Bible says. Fear not. Fear not. Good people are not lacking love. Let me not say that. Let me not say yes or no. But I think when it comes to the issue of love, to the matter of love, it's all about how we perceive things. Because there is no way I can be beating you, and at the end of the day I'm claiming that I love you. You see, uh, and we don't have bad people, because we are all created. Go back to the book of Genesis. We are all created in God's high color. We are good. We are doing fine. We are amazing. So we are created in God's image. So I don't think we have bad people. It's all about some situations that we tend to take, and in the process of taking these situations, probably we change the way we perceive things and the way we see issues. And in the process of seeing issues from a different perspective, that's when now we intend either to be, I'm positive that I'll never get into the marriage. Don't be so certain. Don't be so certain. We always say never, never say never. Never say never. That's the reason why I'm telling you things can work out, and you never know your destiny. I remember we always heard of this story about this kid who would always make noise. Who would always make noise, and he could say that today, come and help me, because the hyena is here and the hyena want to eat me. And then at the end of the day, the villagers would always get out to go and rescue the child. But at the end of the day, they realized that the child was just joking with them. And in the process, now the little day came. The child screamed, said that the hyena was there and the hyena was about to eat him. And in the process, no one came, and that's how the child died. So we always say never say never. Never say never. So the only thing that we should do is always think positive. Positivity. Yeah, positivity. I have seen ladies at the age of 40s, 50s getting married. So yeah. So never say never. Positivity is the key. Positivity is the key. Positivity is the key. Thank you so much, with a lot of love. And I think time has really gone. Today 2 hours already gone. So I really want to say thank you. Thank you, Carlin, for always keeping the conversation going on. It's always amazing. And everyone else having you on this platform. As always, guys, I really want to say thank you, and thank you for the support and love. Let's keep on supporting each other. And I really want to say thank you. Not when married men are calling me every time like I am there. Not when married men are like I'm their wife. Now those ones now you should not focus on them, because those ones are time wasters. You should not focus on time wasters. Yeah, you should not focus on time wasters. You should focus on someone who is, someone who is serious. Those are time wasters. They're already in their relationship, so you should not focus on them. You should not focus on time wasters. So I really want to end this conversation here. I know there is a lot of issues, but as always, I really want to say thank you, and thank you so much. You should. I support you. You should. I support you. You should. Anytime you see a time waster, don't waste your time with them. Just cut them off, and you keep moving on with your life. Because those are time wasters, and time wasters will always be there in our society. So, and the moment you give them space to waste your time, oh, you don't know how men are selfish. As men, we are very selfish. We want to have 10 girlfriends. We want to have 10 vehicles, whereas our wives are working. We want to have the best medical attention, whereas we are taking our wives, to the worst hospitals. And that's the reason why I always say self-care is very important. Self-care is very important. So anytime you see time wasters, don't focus on them. Focus on self-care. Self-care is very, very key. And when you focus on self-care, in the process, you are just going to find someone who also care about others. But anytime you see someone trying to waste your time, just know those are time wasters. So you should less focus on time wasters and focus on on people who are focused. Yeah, that should be it. So for now, let me end this conversation here. As always, I want to say thank you so much for coming. And today I want to appreciate all of you, and we are really hoping, and believing that we shall see that man who just went missing. As always, I really want to say thank you, and may God bless you. Probably let me tomorrow through God's grace, and as always, have a great night. Bye, and may God bless you. So let me now close the job, and then now from there I can go and thank you so much in color, and then from now I can go home, just just to go and relax. As always, guys, thank you so much, and may God bless you, and may you have a great night.